Hey everyone, welcome back to Secure Your Benefits, the place where we break down everything you need to know about Social Security so you can protect your future and get every dollar you've earned. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is incredibly important because we're talking about something that affects every single person who works and pays into Social Security: your earnings record. Now, this might sound like just another document, but trust me, your earnings record is one of the most critical parts of your Social Security file. If there's even one mistake, it could reduce your future benefits. And the worst part? These errors can go unnoticed for years, and once too much time passes, fixing them becomes really difficult. So today, I'm going to explain what your Social Security earnings record is, why it matters so much, and how you can easily check it yourself to make sure everything is correct. Let's start with the basics. Every time you work a job and pay Social Security taxes, which most of us do through the FICA deductions in our paychecks, those earnings are reported to the Social Security Administration, or SSA. The SSA then uses that information to create your earnings record. This record lists how much you earned in each calendar year and helps determine your eligibility and benefit amount for Social Security. Here's why it matters: your Social Security retirement benefit is based on your 35 highest earning years. If any year is missing or reported incorrectly, that could lower your average and ultimately reduce the monthly check you'll receive for the rest of your life. The same goes for disability and survivor benefits. So if you're not watching your earnings record, you could be leaving money on the table. You might be wondering, how do errors even happen? Well, mistakes can happen for a bunch of reasons. Maybe your employer reported your earnings incorrectly. Maybe your name or Social Security number was recorded wrong. Sometimes people switch jobs frequently or work multiple part-time gigs, and one of those employers forgets to file correctly. There are even cases where self-employed individuals didn't file their taxes properly or had issues with Schedule SA, which is used to report self-employment income to the SSA. And here's something important to remember: the SSA puts the burden on you to catch these mistakes. They don't automatically verify every dollar you earned. That's why it's so important to take control and check your earnings record regularly. If you catch a problem early, it's much easier to fix. But if you wait too long, you may run into deadlines or lack of documentation, which could make corrections much harder or even impossible. So now that we've covered why your earnings record matters, let's talk about how to check it. The easiest and fastest way is to set up a My Social Security account at the SSA's official website, which is www.ssa.gov. If you haven't already done this, I highly recommend you do it today. It's free, secure, and gives you access to all kinds of important information, including your earnings history, estimated future benefits, and the status of any applications or appeals you filed. Once you log into your My Social Security account, click on the section called Earnings Record. You'll see a list of every year you've worked and how much you earned that year, according to SSA's records. It's usually broken into two columns, one for Social Security earnings and one for Medicare earnings. The Medicare column often includes your full earnings, even if they go above the Social Security wage cap, which, for 2025, is $168,600. Anything you earn above that doesn't get taxed for Social Security, so it doesn't count toward your retirement benefits. What you want to look for is consistency and accuracy. Check that every year you worked is listed and that the income shown matches your actual earnings. It's okay if you don't remember every single number, but if something looks way too low or if a year is missing entirely, that's a red flag. You should also make a habit of checking your record at least once a year. It's easiest to do during tax season, when you've got your W-2s or tax returns in front of you anyway. Just take a few minutes to compare what's on those forms to what's in your SSA account. And if you find an error, don't panic. There is a process for fixing it. To correct an error, you'll need documentation, usually a W-2 form, a tax return, or pay stubs from the year in question. If you're missing those documents, the SSA may accept other proof, but it's up to them to decide. That's why keeping your old tax records and employment documents is so important, even if you think you'll never need them. Once you have your proof, contact the Social Security Administration directly. You can call them, visit your local SSA office, or mail in your correction request with supporting documents. It might take some time, but it's worth it. You're not just correcting a piece of paper, you're protecting your future income. And here's a bonus tip: if you're self-employed, you need to be extra careful. Many self-employed workers forget to pay self-employment taxes properly, or they underreport income. But if the SSA doesn't see that income, it won't be added to your record, which means your benefits could end up lower than they should be. Double-check that your Schedule C is filed correctly every year and that your net earnings are reported accurately. Now, some of you might be wondering, what if you didn't work 35 years? That's okay. The SSA will still calculate your benefits, but they'll use zeros for the years you didn't work, which brings down your average. That's another reason why tracking your earnings record is so important. If there are missing years that shouldn't be zeros because you did work and just weren't credited for it, you need to fix that as soon as possible. Let me also touch on another key point that's often overlooked. Your earnings record affects more than just retirement. If you ever apply for Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, your work history plays a big role in whether you qualify. You need to have earned enough credits based on your recent work. Same goes for survivors' benefits, the benefits that your spouse or children may receive if you pass away. If your earnings record is incomplete, they could lose out on the support they're entitled to. That's why it's not just about you, it's about your family too. Now, as of 2025, the SSA has improved its digital services quite a bit. The My Social Security portal is more user-friendly, and you can now download your full earnings history in a printable format or save it as a PDF. That's useful if you want to keep your own digital file or share it with a financial advisor. Also, a recent update from the SSA this year includes faster processing times for correcting errors, especially for wage corrections submitted through verified employer data or tax documents. So if you do spot a mistake and act quickly, you're likely to get it resolved faster than in previous years. That's good news for all of us. Here at Secure Your Benefits, we always encourage our viewers to be proactive. Don't wait until you're 65 and ready to retire before checking your earnings. Start now. Think of your earnings record as the foundation of your Social Security benefits. If the foundation is weak, everything that comes after it, your monthly check, your cost of living adjustments, your Medicare eligibility, could be affected. So take 10 minutes today to log into your account, scan your earnings record, and make sure everything looks right. If it does, great, you've just protected your future benefits. And if it doesn't, now you know exactly what steps to take to fix it. Before we wrap up, just a reminder: everything we share on Secure Your Benefits is aimed at helping you understand the system and make informed decisions. Social Security can feel complicated, but it doesn't have to be. With the right information and a little attention to detail, you can take full control of your benefits and make sure you're not shortchanged. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And of course, share this with your friends or family members, especially those who haven't checked their earnings record in a while. You could be helping them protect thousands of dollars in future benefits. Until next time, take care, and keep watching Secure Your Benefits, where your peace of mind is our priority.